Today is June 22nd. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today out of the Big Book, we are going to continue our journey through Chapter 10, To Employers, by reading pages 143 and 144. Since I was a little overzealous yesterday, we're not going to be reading any of the personal stories today. I read a little ahead yesterday, finishing off Listening to the Wind, which was an incredible story. Definitely worth another read through, but anyway, so we won't be reading that today, but we will be reading the 12 and 12, continuing our journey through tradition number 10 by reading page 178. Almost done with both the core text and the 12 and 12. It's hard to believe. So with that, I hope you're doing well this morning, my friends. It's a hot one here where I live, but it's a beautiful, beautiful day. And another thing that makes it beautiful is the fact that we are sober today. Or if you're just now discovering this podcast and you're trying to be sober, just take it one day at a time. We have a fresh start right now. And some of these suggestions in this big book that we're about to read might really help. So with that, my friends, let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. All right, my friends, so if you remember from yesterday's reading, we're at a part where our employer is making these suggestions on how to work with an alcoholic and making sure that the alcoholic is the one responsible for his own sobriety. And it says right here, we believe it should be made plain that any expense will later be deducted from his pay. It is better for him to feel fully responsible. Talking about righting his wrongs, paying back those debts, whatever it might be. So we're going to build on that idea again by reading 143 and 144. If your man accepts your offer, it should be pointed out that physical treatment is but a small part of the picture. Though you are providing him with the best possible medical attention, he should understand that he must undergo a change of heart. To get over drinking, it will require a transformation of thought and attitude. We all had to place recovery above everything, for without recovery, we would have lost both home and business. Can you have every confidence in his ability to recover? While on the subject of confidence, can you adopt the attitude that so far as you are concerned, this will be a strictly personal matter, that his alcoholic derelictions, the treatment about to be undertaken, will never be discussed without his consent? It might be well to have a long chat with him on his return. To return to the subject matter of this book, it contains full suggestions by which the employee may solve his problem. To you, some of the ideas which it contains are novel. Perhaps you are not quite in sympathy with the approach that we suggest. By no means do we offer it as the last word on the subject, but so far as we are concerned, it has worked with us. After all, are you not looking for results rather than methods? Whether your employee likes it or not, he will learn the grim truth about alcoholism. That won't hurt him a bit, even though he does not go for this remedy. We suggest that you draw the book to the attention of the doctor who is to attend your patient during treatment. If the book is read the moment the patient is able, while acutely depressed, realization of his condition may come to him. We hope the doctor will tell the patient the truth about his condition, whatever that happens to be. When the man is presented with this volume, it is best to no one tell him that he must abide by its suggestions. The man must decide for himself. You are betting, of course, that your changed attitude plus the contents of this book will turn the trick. In some cases it will, and in other cases it may not. But we think that if you persevere, the percentage of successes will gratify you. As our work spreads and our numbers increase, we hope your employees may be put in personal contact with some of us. Meanwhile, we are sure that a great deal can be accomplished by the use of the book alone. On your employee's return, talk with him. Ask him if he thinks he has the answer. If he feels free to discuss his problems with you, if he knows that you understand and will not be upset by anything he wishes to say, he will probably be off to a fast start. All right, great stuff there. We'll move on over to the 12 and 12. All right, we're on tradition number 10. Alcoholics Anonymous has no opinion on outside issues, Hence, the AA name ought never be drawn into public controversy. And we are going to read 178. And you know what? There's only a little part of 179. We'll go ahead and finish off the chapter today. The Washingtonian Society, a movement among alcoholics which started in Baltimore a century ago, almost discovered the answer to alcoholism. At first, the society was composed entirely of alcoholics trying to help one another. The early members foresaw that they should dedicate themselves to this sole aim. In many respects, the Washingtonians were akin to AA of today. Their membership passed the 100,000 mark. Had they been left to themselves, and had they stuck to their one goal, they might have found the rest of the answer. But this didn't happen. Instead, the Washingtonians permitted politicians and reformers, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic, to use the society for their own purposes. Abolition of slavery, for example, was a stormy political issue then. Soon, the Washingtonian speakers violently and publicly took sides on this question. Maybe the society could have survived the abolition controversy, but it didn't have the chance from the moment it determined to reform America's drinking habits. When the Washingtonians became temperance crusaders, within a few years they had completely lost their effectiveness in helping alcoholics. The lesson to be learned from the Washingtonians was not overlooked by Alcoholics Anonymous. As we surveyed the wreck of that movement, early AA members resolved to keep our society out of public controversy. Thus was laid the cornerstone for Tradition 10. Alcoholics Anonymous has no opinions on outside issues. Hence, the AA name ought never be drawn into public controversy. All right, some great stuff there. I think one of the things I get out of this reading and this tradition is kind of keep it simple and keep it focused on helping other alcoholics to recover. And every other issue, believe me, there's so many hot topics out there, especially these days in June 22nd, 2024. There's so many outside issues that could be commented on. But the beauty is, whatever political side you might be on, whatever religion you might believe in or not believe in, our sole purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to stay sober as well. That's it. And these steps and these traditions, they protect that, and the nice thing is, it's not just about the alcohol for me. When I apply the steps to other areas of my life, I've seen God change me, and that kind of ties into the reading out of the core text today. It's all about a change of heart and a change of perspective. But the thing is, AA is not responsible necessarily for fixing the world's issues or anything like that. For me, it's about fixing me, helping me to be a better person. It's an individual thing. And I'm so grateful that I've seen progress in my life, but I got a long way to go. And that's why I keep coming back to the meetings, keep reading this book over and over again. And now that I'm doing this podcast, it's held me accountable to keep doing it. Speaking of which, this is a quick side note. If anyone's listening, I have no idea who's listening, to be honest with you. And personally, I would love to know that there's somebody out there that is reading along or at least listening, and maybe how you found the podcast. And one of the greatest things is if you could possibly share with somebody else who might enjoy it. This daily journey through these 2 books of recovery. But anyways, I would love to hear from you. And our email is, it's bigbookdaily@gmail.com. But yeah, absolutely would love to hear from any listeners out there. I'm at a point where I could stop doing the podcast July 1st. I just probably have to finish up the personal stories. Because I've already been through the core text of the big book twice at that point, and we'll have most of the personal stories read. Or I can keep going at least to the end of the year. And I'm just wondering if it's a good idea for me to continue, or if I should go ahead and shut up now, because I've said a lot on this podcast. And this isn't about me. Anyway, my friends, if you are sober today, you are a miracle. Truly, you are a miracle. And sometimes, I get wrapped up in the daily responsibilities of life and I forget that I'm a living, breathing miracle right now because I'm sober today. And there was a point in time in my life where I could not stay sober. So if you're in the same boat, you're a miracle. And those who love you are very proud of you. If we are given another set of 24 hours, my friends, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.